Hello and welcome. If you've landed on this video, then hopefully it is to play the Ballater flood evacuation game, the link of which is down below in the description for where you can download the game. But also afterwards, if you could fill in the user evaluation form, that would be a great help to me with my MSc thesis as part of my submission at the Robert Gordon University in Aberdeen. So thanks a lot. 440 megabyte download. Once you unzip it onto your hard drive, it'll be about a gigabyte on the drive. Move into the Ballater flood evacuation folder, double click on the Ballater flood evacuation executable, and the game will start. Now the game is based around the town of Ballater and some severe flooding that occurred on December 30th, 2015. To get a feel for how bad that flooding was, this is the water level of the River Dee on that morning of December 30th, 2015. High water is about 11:45 a.m. You've got to get people out well before then. The worst affected areas were the caravan park and the lower area of Ballater. Now, it shows you what is also described are the how to go about the game, placing of individuals called responders who will lead the residents out to safety, and the controls. But we are going to skip that, and I'm going to demonstrate the game to you. Now, if you have limited time, I would suggest that you just try and evacuate these people here out from the caravan park. See what time you have to, when you place a responder, to get that responder to move and to walk past these people and lead them to the high ground at the church. So if you have limited time, this is where I would start. They are right next to the River Dee. You have to be quick. That's the only clue I'll give. Right, but what I will do is demonstrate the whole process over here. So what I'm going to do is place a responder. So I'm going to hold down the R key. I need to left click on a road. Left click on the road and the responder appears. Left click on the responder again, and I know that I've selected him. I know I've selected him because he starts waving at me. To actually put down the waypoints that the responder is going to follow for his evacuation route, hold down the T key and click on a road. But if I think, actually I don't want the waypoint there, hold down the T key, click on the waypoint, and the waypoint will disappear. What I want to do is send the responder down this road here so he can collect all of these residents that we've just flown past. I then want to move him northwards to the higher ground, so I will place a waypoint just here, and the intention is to gather people by the church here at this location, and that is the church, and there marked with the green grass compared to the black of the asphalt everywhere else. I can fly back to my responder, or I can click on the responder button under the click to view, and I'll get back to him. Having placed his location, having placed his route, now I can set his leave time. This is just double digits for hours, double digits for minutes, and a colon in between. Click set leave times, and I am ready. There are other residents in the game, but for the purpose of the demonstration, I'm just going to focus on those that we can see here. Now, I press F5 to move into the evacuation phase of the game. I can pause the game with the space key. We have game time up in the top left. We can see how fast normal game time is running. I can start the game by hitting the space key again. I can also increase game time by hitting either the 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 keys, and time will scale accordingly.
On my way.
So what I'm going to do is leave it on
Waiting for resident.
5 times normal speed. What I can do is move the camera normally,
Waiting for resident.
or as we've seen earlier, click on the responder one, and I can just sit on him and watch what happens.
Moving towards resident.
As our intrepid
Resident to get ready.
responder is gathering up the people, you can see that the flood waters have been automatically moved to the time where the first responder starts from. If you have multiple responders set at multiple leave times, If everybody is stationary, if the responders are stationary, the game will jump time between the responders.
To get ready.
So things are progressing quickly. We're running at 5 times normal time.
Waiting for resident to get ready.
We're gathering up the last resident in the street now. And what our responder will do is just lead people up to the high ground at the church. Now what the game does is that once all the responders have stopped, the floodwaters will be automatically moved to the high point, which is at 11:45 a.m. and then the game will give you feedback on how many residents have been caught up in the floodwaters, how many responders have been caught up in the floodwaters. And if you have only time just to do one responder and get a few people out, look at the time that you have to set the responders leaving for the caravan park people, which I pointed out earlier. In this case,
I have arrived.
when our responder finishes, we only have the one responder. We can see that only 10 residents have been saved, 38 have been flooded. Hitting the F5 key at this point will clear my screen. What I can do now is move around Ballater and see the extent of the floodwaters. And as you can see, a lot of the lower area of Ballater is underwater. The caravan park is over in this direction, and the only way I can get to it is I'll have to go underwater. And I can see, I'm going to move down again, I can see there's lots of people here whom I haven't saved. The challenge is save them all. To restart the level, hit F12. To escape the game, just hit the escape key. So thanks a lot for watching, and if you could do the user evaluation form, the link of which is down below in the description, that would be greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot for your time.